could have last year, but coming off of Australia would have been a little difficult on the body. But I don't know. We kind of had brought it up, and Tiger and Charlie had mentioned that they were going to play as well. And my dad's exact quote was, "I'm not getting any younger." So we figured let's give it a shot and have some fun.
Expectations. Your dad taught the game. He's been around forever now. You might need to lean on him a little bit.
Well, yeah. I have no expectations. This is going to be the only tournament I play the whole year where I hate to say I don't care how I play, but it's going to be just so. I mean, I don't know how I can really put into words how cool Saturday is going to be. I don't think you ever could have told me that scenario would have happened, to be playing a father-son with my dad, but with Tiger and Charlie, it's going to be a really, really special day for all of us. But for me, I'm so close to my dad, and we have such a great relationship that, obviously we want to play well. We're both competitive, but this is just going to be a great memory for us nonetheless.
How do you prepare for something like this, even before you arrive?
I just played some golf at home. I wasn't doing a lot of heavy practicing. I mean, I was still trying to relax a little bit from Mexico, and I didn't want to overgrind by any means. I definitely know which person in the family has practiced harder for this week. But because my dad, he hasn't played any golf really since I've left for college. He just didn't have, he wasn't going to go play by himself. He wasn't going to go practice by himself, and he didn't really have anything to practice for. So. He's been excited to actually go hit balls the last month or so, with feeling like he has a reason to do it. So, I'm sure I'll be relying on him from time to time.
You just shared what it's going to mean for you. What do you think it's going to mean for him?
I think it'll mean a lot. We're both not very emotional people. We probably try to downplay a lot of situations, especially when it comes to, I guess, a little sentimental stuff like that. But I think it'll be something when we're, having a couple beers on Sunday night together. We'll kind of just be thankful for a great week and that we're able to do something like this.
We spoke earlier about the draft talking from Charlie and
him
getting ready for that. What do you think that moment will be like for those who are playing alongside you and your father?
Yeah, it'll be great. I'm glad that we're playing together because I know that, I'm hoping Charlie will be comfortable. I'd love to see him play well. Would love to see him hold his own, if you will. But at the same time, he's just 11 years old. He doesn't need to be compared to Tiger. He doesn't need to be compared to anybody. He needs to enjoy the game. And, hopefully we'll be able to help him enjoy Saturday a little bit more.
How good were you when you were 11?
I was pretty good. I mean, I definitely wasn't put on a pedestal like that, but or put under the spotlight. But, yeah, I could hold my own.
What's the hardest part of going from being a junior to being on the range to trying out?
You got to get in the hole. I mean, it's not. Once you take that international step, that go to that next level, and you're competing against kids, that's their only sport. A lot of kids, just like Charlie, they're 11 years old. They're playing a lot of different sports, and it's soccer season one time, then it's golf season another, maybe baseball for other kids. So, but then there's some 11-year-olds that it's golf season all season. So it's really just. I mean, you hate to say it because he's so young, but just kind of getting in that moment and understanding what's going on up here. You're so young that you don't understand nerves, you don't understand why it's happening, you don't understand adrenaline, but that just comes with a learning experience, like everything you do in life. Once you do it enough, you figure out what's going on and why.
When did you stop playing other sports?
Pretty much middle school. I mean, I was unbelievably average at all of them. I wasn't tall enough, fast enough, or good enough at any of them. So I picked the sport where your height and strength and quickness doesn't matter, and luckily I was pretty good at it.
It's a little bit like a mini Tiger when they're right next to each other on the range. What were your thoughts about the swing when you first saw it, and will you have an individual little game within the game?
I'm sure we will. He likes to needle me a little bit, and I was joking, I think, with Burko earlier. I have to remind myself that he's 11 years old sometimes, and I need to watch what I say. But no, they're very similar. I mean, who wouldn't want to be like your dad if your dad was Tiger Woods? So he definitely has all the mannerisms. I think people at home and y'all will get pretty good entertainment out of watching him, twirl the club and walk putts in and fist pump. And, I mean, it's cool. He's 11 years old. He's allowed to do stuff like that. So I mean, as much joking as I've made about it, I'll be, his second biggest supporter out there behind Tiger. I want to see him play well. I'd love to see him do great this week.
What's one good example of how he's really
I mean, there's a lot of like little things. I mean, he always talks about how he's going to beat me in putting contests and golf, but I mean, he's never done that. We've had our fair share of putting contests, and he hasn't beaten me, but he sure talks like he has. But I mean, he's jokingly. We had a putting contest. It was, I mean, this was 3 years ago, something like that. But I was just over at Tiger's house, and us three were having a putting contest, and we just played 9 holes, just us three, and it was straight up. I mean, he didn't get any strokes, didn't get any sort of advantage. We were just putting, and I mean, I think he was 8 years old, 9 years old at the time, and it was one of the, I think, maybe 3 combined total weeks I've held number 1 in the world. It was around that time, and Charlie was leading going in the last hole. He was like 2 under, I was 1 under, and I think Tiger was even or 1 under, something like that, and Charlie was mouthing off saying, he's like, here I am, I'm 9 years old, beating the number 1 player in the world and supposedly the best golfer of all time. And he 3-putted, and I made it, and I beat him. So that shut him up pretty quick.
How would you describe your dad's scouting report on your dad's game?
Yeah, he's pretty good. He doesn't, I mean, we went out and played yesterday. The biggest challenge for him is length. He doesn't hit it. He doesn't hit it that far, and from the tees that they have him at, it's I'm definitely going to need to drive it well to use my tee shots, but his game's respectable. He doesn't play anymore. It's like when you don't play that long, you lose the touch. You lose the pitching, the chipping, some of the little finesse, or even some of the easy shots around the greens and putting. That when you're playing, it's just you don't even think. You just go out and do it. So, he's going to hit a lot of great shots, and he's going to be plenty helpful. But I hope that he tries to have as much fun as I do. No, I know if I wear pink or purple, I'll be matching him probably, but no, we haven't planned on matching or anything. But strategy, it's all right in front of you. I think if you get some different wind directions, there's some holes where I may be able to drive it up by the green where he would probably go first. But for the most part, we'll probably just wing it. I mean, it's still golf. I mean, you still need to hit it in the fairway, hit the green, and make the putt. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they'd love to. I mean, I know Rory, has bigger things going on with his family right now. And, Jordan probably wants some time away from the game, or he just doesn't want to play in another tournament. And, there's also I mean, my big thing was that I'm like, look, if my dad wants to play, I'll play. I'm not going to force him into something he doesn't want to do. And he wanted to, who knows if it's something we turn into doing all the time or not, but I don't care. We're here this week, and we're going to enjoy it. And I'm sure people that come here for the first time end up thinking the same thing.
Justin, thank you
Thanks.
for your time.